Well, hello there, I'm Ruben from RespShop.com, your online retailer for everything CPAP. And today we're going head to head. Yes, that's right. We are pitting the long-time industry favorite, the ResMed AirSense 10, against his younger, slimmer, and better looking brother, the AirSense 11. Think of this as the heavyweight versus the new kid on the block. Apollo Creed versus Rocky Balboa, if you will. Or simply think of it as a comparison video between two CPAP devices. But that's no fun. These are both great units in their own right, but only one will go down in the annals of history and be crowned as champion for my recommendation to those of you who are considering purchase either one of these machines. We'll break it down into 3 rounds and start by looking at the physical differences between the machines. Then we'll talk about their usability, or how convenient and easy they are to use on a nightly basis. And then we'll finish it off by looking at their smart capabilities and internal features. I can already feel the tensions rising in this room as anticipation is building, so there's only one thing left to say. Let's get ready to rumble! I've always wanted to do that on camera. Okay, so before we dive into this, a bit of housekeeping. If you would be so kind as to tap that like button and subscribe to the channel, that would be most appreciated. Our goal at RespShop.com is to produce the best content on YouTube for CPAP users like yourself. So please do us a solid and help us in our cause. You know what to do. Now, on to round 1, the physical attributes. Let's start with the AirSense 10. Now this unit looks a little more traditional, although at the time of its release in 2014, having the humidifier integrated with the unit like this was quite different from the DreamStation, which was the other popular unit at the time. Where I think the 10 is better than the 11 physically is in that humidifier, how it has a much higher capacity, which you can probably tell when I put these together, you can see the difference. I've heard users say that they often get 2 nights of use with a single max fill of distilled water on the 10, and you simply won't get that on the 11. Also, the water chamber on the 10 doesn't spill as easily. Notice I said spill, not leak. I found when I fill the water chamber up anywhere near the max line of the 11 that it's almost impossible to carry the chamber anywhere without it spilling out near the back hinge here because of this plastic edge is inclined down. As you can see, if I put my finger across, that would spill over the edge. So I never find that you want to fill the 11 to its capacity. That being said, it simply means you'll be refilling the AirSense 11 every day rather than letting water sit in here for more than 24 hours, which is probably not a bad thing, to be honest. And in terms of design appeal, I think the AirSense 11 wins hands down. The elongated body and textured finishes make the 11 a much better looking machine in my opinion. And the overall footprint of the 11 is actually 24% smaller and 10% lighter than the 10. So when it comes to traveling, the 11 is a little more compact. I'm also a fan of this black rubberized base on the 10, as it really doesn't allow the unit to slide across even a very slick surface. So if the nightstand that you sit either one of these machines on is made of marble, firstly, wow, but more importantly, I think you'd find that when knocked, this unit wouldn't slide across a surface even as slick as that, which is very helpful when these units are not something you want to be replaced regularly. And the 11 has that same black rubberized base, so that's good too. But the biggest physical difference between these two units by some distance is the introduction of a touch screen on the AirSense 11. ResMed has done away with this navigation knob and instead incorporated full touchscreen control. I dive into my full evaluation of the touchscreen and its responsiveness on our hands-on review video of the AirSense 11, which you can watch if you're interested. But the shortened version of that is, while there is certainly room for improvement to bring this experience to be on par with other touchscreen devices, such as your cell phone and other Internet of Things devices that we've got accustomed to these days, I believe that this is a step in the right direction and time that the industry went this route. And if you find touchscreen devices a little overwhelming, I'd say that the settings within the menu and the navigation on the 11 are both pretty straightforward. So if you are someone who really struggles to use a touchscreen device, then you might consider this a negative for the 11. But for me, and I think for most users, this will be a welcome addition that adds to the enjoyment and the experience of using a CPAP device. So overall, I'm going to give round 1 to the AirSense 11. Moving on to round 2. Round 2 is about the overall usability of the unit. And by this I mean, for those of you who are completely uninterested by anything you might consider to be fluff. For you, all that matters is the nuts and bolts, as it were. Which of these units is going to be the simplest for you to use on a nightly basis if you don't care about extra reporting functionality, style, or connectivity? No doubt there are those of you out there who would prefer the machine not to be sending you prompts and asking you about your therapy. You may well want to have everything dialed in just the way you like it and be able to hit start and stop every day and be done with it. For you, the AirSense 10 is going to be appealing. I shared this chart from ResMed before on the AirSense 11 review video, but this gives a helpful at-a-glance comparison between the models of AirSense 11 as well as the AutoSet models of the AirSense 10. You can see that the biggest differences between these lie in the connectivity and smart functions of the devices. And for some people, that might be viewed as a negative. The AirSense 11 has over-the-air software updates, which means that ResMed can remotely send updates to your device without you confirming the update. Now, that sounds appealing and convenient to someone like me, but for others, I can totally understand if that is concerning, because there is a chance that tomorrow you go to use your machine and ResMed has updated the menu, and your favorite setting might have moved or been removed entirely. It's all plausible if you have the AirSense 11. Think of it this way, maybe this will help. And this is of course oversimplifying as a metaphor, but think of the AirSense 11 as your Tesla with the latest smart features available on the market today, and style is at its forefront, versus the AirSense 10, which is closer to your Toyota Camry, Mr. Dependable as it were. And by no means do I say that to diminish one over the other, but no doubt when I relate it to those terms, there are many of you who instantly know which one is for you. So for these reasons, coupled with what I said earlier about the humidifier being more convenient on the AirSense 10, I'm going to give round 2 to the AirSense 10. That leaves us with a cliffhanger as we enter round 3. And if I were a cynical man, I would wonder if it was planned this way, but I'm not. So round 3, we'll talk about smart features and internal functionality of each model. When it comes to the internal features, as you may be able to guess already from the previous section, this is where ResMed has focused its energy on the release of the AirSense 11. This feels much more like a smart IoT device that works seamlessly well with the myAir app, and now that it includes Bluetooth connectivity to your smartphone, the pairing is easy and data transfer becomes more convenient. The screen menu on the unit is clean with easy navigation. We've done a full breakdown video of all the settings you have access to, which you can watch if you're unsure of what any of the menu options mean. Another internal software improvement has been the addition of the AutoSet For Her mode of operation, which has now become an internal setting on the AirSense 11, instead of you needing to purchase the specific For Her model on the AirSense 10. So if there are any users looking to take advantage of the For Her mode within their CPAP and you're deciding between these two models, unless you have a specific reason not to, then I'd say go with the 11. That way, if you ever sell the unit or it is used by someone other than yourself who doesn't need to use the For Her mode, it's a simple settings change within the menu for the pressure settings to become fully catered for them. Other internal upgrades are the introduction of the Care Check-in feature and the Personal Therapy Assistant. The Personal Therapy Assistant is a feature within the myAir app that guides the user through the device and equipment setup with a video library, FAQs, and more, which is helpful if you've never owned a CPAP device before. But once you are set up and are using the device, the Care Check-in feature will ask you questions throughout the first month of therapy to provide tips, coaching, and support to help troubleshoot common therapy issues and increase the chance of successful early sleep therapy, which is always a concern. All of these are nice to have features, but the actual algorithms that both of these machines use to calculate their auto settings and modes to make the sleep therapy as comfortable as possible is going to be the same. So there's no added benefit there from going with the 11 over the 10. Both have the auto ramp feature, EPR adjustments, built-in event detections, and everything else that has led to ResMed becoming a CPAP brand favorite. Now, if you're unsure what any of that means and want to know more how these devices adjust the pressure and other settings on the fly to increase your comfort, then check out that AirSense 11 review video I referenced earlier. So, with all of this in mind, I think it's an easy decision. I'm going to have to give round 3 to the AirSense 11. In my mind, these are positive steps for the direction of the CPAP industry. I think the software improvements, coupled with the move to a touchscreen that gives the feel of a smart device, enhance the user experience and the overall enjoyment with using this machine. I can absolutely see reasons why someone might opt to buy the AirSense 10 still, even with the AirSense 11 now available to consumers in the US. There's a lot to be said for longevity, and so far I think the AirSense 10 users would commend the unit for its reliability over the long term. Of course, we expect that to continue with the 11, but it's still early on in the product lifecycle to draw any firm conclusions. So there you have it. Sound the trumpets and bring out the confetti for the AirSense 11. You can view either of these great devices at RespShop.com. I'll leave links to them both in the description below for you to go and check out. If there are any other machines you would like to see us make a comparison video for as well, then please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. If you have any questions about your sleep therapy or anything CPAP related, then RespShop has the staff to help, with respiratory therapists, polysomnographic techs, and a nurse on hand to assist customers. So give us a call or visit our site, and wherever you are, sleep tight. Till next time.